Hey, good morning, everybody. Just want to say hi and do a quick little check-in and kind of see how the yard's doing. Oh, and then my two friends here, kind of looking and wondering what's going on. What's up, buddies? This guy here, this guy here is Jack. The smaller one is Hunter. Got Jack on. Yeah, here comes Jack, and then that's Hunter. In any case, wanted to just kind of, spring and summer's here, guys. And all the produce is really coming in. We've gotten a lot of birds coming too. Maybe we'll catch one or two while we're out here. I got a doc appointment coming up here in just a few minutes, a teleconference one, so I don't have a lot of time. But got some beautiful strawberries coming in. These things are just so happy. And already harvested quite a few, so the ones coming out now are more, still growing, but you can just see how many. They just keep flowering and keep growing and keep producing. So that's great. And then this one is actually 2 years old. I didn't know you could have strawberries last for multiple seasons. But I just covered them with towels and plant blankets on the freezing nights. And yeah, it didn't look too hot during the beginning of spring, but now I can't believe compared to the other two, it's shooting up even taller and healthier than the other ones. I just put a new basket and some soil and stuff in it, but these are called hanging strawberries for that reason, because they actually will grow down, and see how they flower out of these parts too. So before this one kind of froze, and I had two more that didn't last like this one did, and they have these I call them tendrils, kind of like a jellyfish or something has tendrils, but they'll reach all the way to the ground and they'll start spreading out on the ground, and these parts will actually start making root systems sprout out of them, and then you'll get strawberries spreading along the ground too. So super cool. I really love those. Okay, hurrying it up here. Then we have our certain variety of red lettuces, and most of my lettuces grow really big and tall, so I'm not sure. I think this is just because the special variety they are. They're very dense. Like, they're very, very dense. I'm used to the red sails. Like these. This is how they normally grow. And these have only been planted for a couple weeks. You can see my cilantro is now all turning into fennel. So, for those that don't know, I had no idea that cilantro and fennel are the same thing. It's just that cilantro grows into the fennel at the top when it starts to flower and stuff. That this is the fennel, and then this is the cilantro. So that's why a lot of times when you buy them, you'll see cilantro / fennel on the labels. So anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of a geek like that, but man, you can see how just big and robust these heads of lettuce are. And I just planted them with my basil just to, get them to grow, and then harvest the heads of lettuce, and then let the rest of the planter be for the basil. But these lettuce have just taken over in a very short amount of time. But it's all growing well, and that's cool. So I kind of have them sprinkled throughout. Then we got the hydrangea. Need to cut off this older flower, but and good, we got more growing here. So we're gonna have these are really pretty. And then the roses are all coming out, which is really cool. And the Canola Lilies are, I don't know if you remember a couple videos ago, but they were just like brown sticks. Oh, and especially remember the Tropicana I was showing, how it was literally all brown sticks. Well, this is what it starts to look like. And then it grows to about 3 feet above the fence and has these beautiful orchid flowers. The only thing is that it's an invasive species, so it will literally take over the entire yard. Like, you can see how it's growing further out and further out. I planted it like in this section in the beginning, and now you've got sections growing out here all the way to the fence, starting to grow up under the fence onto my neighbor's yard. I had to cut out all the way over here. So it's a very vigorous growing plant. But when this grows up to basically the height even taller than this begonia little tree here I have here. It is a spectacular plant. Spectacular. One of my favorites. So yeah, our roses, Canola Lilies is going to be coming out soon. Crown of Thorns is doing well. Got all the new sprouts coming out the top. Love the Crown of Thorns. It's a great centerpiece. Another Canola Lily, it's all coming out. And then this is my Chicago Peace Roses. My personal opinion, I could enter these into a rose contest. They look so great. Just kidding, guys. And then one thing, this is just so cool. The apple trees just blossoming galore. This is takes the longest out of everything I have to shed, and they require the longest chill period of any trees. That's why apples usually grow in colder climates and have to have those longer chill periods in order to grow properly. Otherwise, they won't shed all their leaves properly, and it'll kill the tree eventually, because it'll just keep having the old growth every year rather than, you know, shedding properly and regrowing more vigorous growth each year. But that's just so cool that I came out this morning and it literally overnight all these had opened up. So that's really cool. And then same thing with the lemon and orange tree. This is a hybrid where it has two species of oranges and Meyer lemons all on one tree, where they graft them on into the middle. So one common species, and then here in the middle is a orange graft. Here's another orange graft, and this is the lemon side. So we have so many flowers, and we're gonna have way too many lemons. So it's kind of one thing too, if people don't know about these trees, one type will usually take over the tree, so you have to prune back that. And for this one, it's the lemons, the Meyer lemons. So you have to keep cutting back the one side otherwise that will be like, you know, the entire tree while you barely have any on your orange side. But this being an orange side and this middle all being orange, we're gonna have tons of oranges this year too, which is so great. Honey mandarin and Valencia. Then the peach tree, since the last time I showed you guys, it has exploded. So this is such a fast growing tree. And then look at the peaches are already just coming in everywhere. So I think last video it was just some blossoms with some very minor leaf growth coming out. But just since that last video, we have peaches galore, and it just grows so fast. I can't believe how fast the leaves came out, and then all the peaches appeared. Then the tomatoes, which are also flowering spectacularly and turning into full bushes. So we've got heirlooms, and we have Better Boys, heirloom, and some type of cherry tomatoes. So a couple varieties there, and then more lettuce, rosemary, oregano's really taken off, thyme, more rosemary. I use a ton of rosemary and thyme and oregano in a lot of cooking. And then here's all the rest of the other herbs. We got purple sage, regular sage, more oregano, and got mint and all sorts of things. Okay, quickly. Then some of the flowers kind of went through their cycle and had to get rid of some of the other ones. These are still from that last video. They're kind of coming back again, so I'm trying to hold on to them. And then I just planted these 2 days ago. So these are not the pansies, but petunias. So I always get my petunias and pansies and some other species confused, but these are really pretty. So got some whites in those. And then when these are called yellow bells, this bush now, tree, but it comes out with these spectacular yellow flowers. So oh, and then this is how big my lettuce is starting to flower now too. So as you can see, I've been cutting whole heads off now instead of individual leaves to make salads, because once they start to get like this and they start to flower, the taste kind of gets a little bit more bitter, and it gets a little more sparse instead of just like a nice thick head of lettuce. But you can see, I mean, just there are heads of lettuce everywhere. Romaine and regular and purple iceberg and purple romaine, and I used to have a lot of Tokyo Bacana lettuce too. I really like that, but it's very prone to insects because it has very soft, tender leaves. So I find that when I plant a row of those in the garden, that it just infests the whole rest of the lettuce, because for whatever reason, the aphids just love Tokyo Bacana lettuce. They'll stay away from the romaine, they'll stay away from the harder stuff to, I guess these have maybe a harder skin to get through, but they will infest Tokyo Bacana lettuce. So anyway, just a good morning, guys. Love ya. Yard's coming together, everything's looking pretty good. Spring's here, vegetables are growing, lettuce is doing well, roses are coming out, apples are coming out, citrus is coming out, peaches are coming out, flowers are doing well. So alright guys, I gotta go. I just realized I'm now late for my appointment. But love you guys, have a great rest of your day, and God bless, and happy gardening and happy drumming.